You know, one of the most popular topics on IdeaPod has been around overthinking, and I never realized that so many people experience the challenge of overthinking. I thought I was the only one. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 easy and simple steps for you to stop overthinking right away and start living again. But before I share the 5 steps that have completely changed my own life and helped me get a handle on this problem of overthinking, first I want to explain the worst advice that anyone can ever give an overthinker, and that is to just be present, or just live the moment, or just let go. Something along those lines, implying that all we need to do is flick a switch and then those thoughts will just go away. And I am here to tell you that that will never work. As soon as you try to do that, it's just going to make the problem much worse. The issue is that there is a significant amount of people where living the moment comes naturally to them. And for those people, it's great advice. For other people like me, as soon as you tell me to be present and to live the moment, I'll tell you what happens. I start questioning myself immediately. I start thinking, am I living the moment? Am I doing this properly? Am I not good enough for the fact that my monkey mind has started to take over again and think about how I'm actually behaving in this moment? It's like I can exist in the present moment while at the same time being completely aware of how I see myself as well as how other people see me, all at the same time. And it's just a massive problem for me. And so the advice to just be present and just live the moment, it's really bad advice. So if you're ever going to get that advice from anyone, I think you need to ignore it right away and try these 5 simple steps instead. Okay, the first 2 steps are going to be focused much more on the body, and then the next 3 steps will focus on some very simple mind hacks to almost change our state of awareness around who we are. And they're really simple to implement into your life right away. So the first one is to just breathe. Now, what I mean by this is that there's a profound realization that many Buddhist masters and spiritual gurus have come to, and that is that fundamentally all we have is our breath. It's the one constant that's going to be with us for our whole life. And as soon as you can become aware of your breath in different moments and how you're actually breathing, that's a really wonderful way to actually get present in the moment. You see, we're not going to just focus on getting present in the moment, we're actually going to focus on experiencing the breath over and over. And for me, it's been the most powerful hack as soon as I'm feeling stressed to simply get into awareness of my breath. The second powerful hack is around exercise. Now, you're not going to try to exercise to defeat overthinking, but rather, I think that if you're overthinking a lot and it's causing you stress, then introducing exercise as a daily routine into your life is a really wonderful way to help your body start to breathe much more deeply. So if you combine steps 1 and steps 2, then you start to have a different relationship with the body. You get your heart rate up and you become much more aware of all the bodily processes. And this is the basis in which you can start to stop overthinking from taking over your life. Now, the third mind hack is something I learned from the shaman Ruda Yande, and he taught me this trick. And it's that whenever you start to question yourself, then it's okay to see that there are multiple identities living inside you. There are multiple personalities. So what is actually really effective is to start to get into a conversation with the different versions of you. So let me give you an example. Imagine I was going on a date tonight and I was really nervous right now about the date, and I started to wonder whether she's actually going to think I'm good enough for her, if she's going to wonder whether I'm dressed well enough. And so I start to identify that there is the insecure version of me. But then at the same time, I realize that I've gone out with this girl 3 times in a row now, that we generally just laugh all of the time. We just have a really good time together. I realize that actually I'm a pretty relaxed and easygoing person when I'm with this particular person I'm going out with tonight. And so I can start to see that there is the very relaxed version of me as well. So instead of trying to defeat the insecure Justin and to just aggressively push towards the relaxed Justin, it's okay to just accept that the insecure Justin is real, that he's a real person with real needs deep down inside, and to give him the space and start to listen to the voices that are coming from the insecure Justin alongside the relaxed Justin. And for me, what it does is it stops me questioning why those thoughts always crop up, because I accept that I am insecure fundamentally, and I'm never going to get rid of that. I'm always going to be insecure around women. That's just the way it is. So if I can start to accept it, then it stops taking over my life and the voices just kind of rattle away, but it doesn't cause me stress anymore. The fourth mind hack is actually a different approach to meditation that I learned from Alan Watts. And I'll put a link to the video I've created with this version of meditation in the comments below. So with this meditation, what I do pretty much every day is that I just stand or sit still, or I lie down on the bed, and then I start to listen to all of the noises around me. And I just sort of like sit there and listen without actually putting labels on it. So right now behind me, you can probably hear a few different noises, like there's rain hitting the roof above me. There's big massive droplets over there. There's probably the hum of people speaking. I'm just at a cafe right now. So you can hear all these different noises coming through. So what I do is I sit there and I stop placing labels on them, and I just listen to it as though it's music. So when you listen to music, you don't try to identify the different notes. You just listen, you let it kind of enter you, and you play with it, and it sort of plays with your eardrums. So I do that with noise. And then I start to be aware of my breath, so back to step one. And then I'm getting into a much more relaxed state, and I'm realizing I'm not judging the sounds anymore. I'm not trying to get rid of the sounds so I can meditate. I'm just sort of connecting with the sounds in a different way. And then what I notice is that the thoughts start firing away. And I start to question whether I'm meditating properly, on whether I'm a relaxed person right now, whether this is really happening in the way that I want it to. And what I do is, I do the same thing with those thoughts that I actually do with the sounds. I stop placing judgment on it. I let the thoughts come. The thoughts I see as my friend. They're just a dance that's coming through almost like music to my ears, and I just don't really care anymore. If it's jealous thoughts, insecure thoughts, angry thoughts, toxic thoughts, it just doesn't matter. I really don't care at all about these thoughts that are coming through. I listen to it the way I listen to noise when I'm meditating in a place. Whoa, how's that for an amazing thunder strike coming through? The fifth and final mind hack that I've developed to stop overthinking from taking over my life is that I start to enjoy the struggle of overthinking. What I realize now is that my overthinking is actually a core part of who I am. I am someone that thinks a lot. I analyze different things. I look for meaning in all of the things going on around me. And what I realize now is that that starts to define my life. It defines the kinds of people that I spend time with. It's similar kinds of people to me. And I'm actually really grateful for my overthinking. It's my strength. I do overanalyze things, but I end up very prepared for meetings. I've thought of all the different scenarios that can possibly come. I put a lot more thought into things, and I think that being a thoughtful person is one of my greatest assets. And I've really started to enjoy the struggle of being an overthinker. I think if you can embrace those 5 hacks and implement them into your lives, if you're struggling with overthinking, I think that you'll start to lose the charge that's associated with always questioning yourself and always being frustrated, and hopefully you'll start to live a much more satisfying life. Thanks for listening to this video so far. As you can see, it's one of my first ones on YouTube. I'm really excited about this. Please hit the subscribe button. You'll be one of the first to subscribe to this channel so you can see more videos from me. Hit the like button if you think it's a great video. And also in the links below, if you want to sign up for IdeaPod's email list, I'm going to be sending out lots of our awesome articles nearly every single day. It's a great email list to be part of, and I really hope that you join us.